Can you introduce yourself for us?
Yes, my name is Marisa Wozniak, and I'm going into my third year of pharmacy school at Northeastern.
That's great. So, can you tell us what made you decide to enroll in your advanced writing class this past semester?
So the class was part of my schedule, so I had to take it either in person or online, and I just figured that my schedule was pretty heavy already, so I kind of wanted to be able to take a class and do the work when I wanted and when I had time, as opposed to having a block of time where I had to go.
Okay. Had you ever taken an online class before?
No, I hadn't taken one before, so it's kind of new, but I figured I'd try it.
Had you heard from any students who had taken it in the past that it was a good class, or how did you go about that decision?
No, I actually hadn't heard of it, or hadn't heard of anyone taking it before, so I was kind of taking a leap there, but it worked out well, yeah.
And did you know any of the other students in the class from previous semesters?
Yeah, I did actually. One of them was my roommate, which was good because we really got to break things down together if we were confused. And I had been in class with some of the other students, so it was good to see them again and be able to see their work.
Great. What did you hope to gain from your advanced writing class? So what were you looking for?
Well, I hadn't taken a writing class in quite a while, since high school. And most of my classes have been focused on doing problems, lots of science, math kind of classes. So I wanted to just make sure that I was still, up to date with writing skills, and I just thought it was a cool way to express what I liked in a different way in writing instead of in numbers.
Okay.
So.
Overall, what was the experience like? What was a typical week like for you?
Okay, so typical week, my teacher would put up weekly letters, which they were really helpful. They would guide us to what we needed to be doing that week, where we should be, and what was due when. So we had 3 main projects, and while working on 3 of the 3 main projects, she would definitely guide us along, set up screencasts, send out lots of documents. So each of the projects was kind of broken down, and then it would all come together at the end. So it was very organized, and yeah, I thought it was a really great experience. I didn't feel lost at all, not seeing her in person.
Was there any other assignments? Was there a weekly discussion board or anything like that you had to partake in other than the 3 major assignments?
So there were a few outside assignments where we would have to answer some discussion questions based on videos or articles that she would put up, and also a lot of our time was spent peer reviewing other students' work, which was really helpful. At first it was kind of odd because I didn't really know how I should go about it. I didn't want to offend anyone if something was wrong with their paper grammatically, or I also didn't want to just make it all the reviews super nice because I wanted to help them. So it was hard to find a balance, but that was a large part of it, reviewing.
Okay.
So
what would you say are your most memorable takeaways from this course? What did you gain?
I think I definitely gained insight on how to write independently instead of having a teacher always looking over your shoulder and saying, oh, you should fix this, you should fix this. It was very independent. You got to pick whatever you wanted to write about. She would give us a very broad topic, and it was very customizable in that way. In previous classes, in high school a lot, or in other classes, if I had to write something, it was very specific prompts, whereas she kind of wanted us to do what we wanted with it, so I thought that was really great.
Okay. What was the most challenging aspect of the course, and did the challenges contribute to your learning or detract from your learning?
I think the biggest challenge was the initial introduction to the class and trying to get a feel for, oh my gosh, where do I submit things? How do I make sure I'm doing things at the right time? What if I forget to click on a document that's due, tomorrow or something? So I was afraid that it was going to be easy to slip through in that way, but it really wasn't. She kept reminding. She would send out emails. She would post a lot of documents oh, just to remind you, this is due soon. So I thought that was really great because you had to be really on top of your stuff. So
If you could change anything about the experience, what would you change? Or what would you keep the same?
I think just personally, I don't think this was the case for everyone, but a lot of my peer review groups, I ended up reviewing a lot of the same people. I think that was just a technical thing. Like, I don't think it meant to happen, but I would have liked to see like a wider range of people's works. But I don't think that took away from anything. Like, it was fine. I didn't mind reviewing the same people again. So